AEW Double or Nothing was Sunday night, and it was a very long night, to say the least. It was a 5-hour long pay-per-view, and I just personally think it was way too long. But regardless, we are here. We're going to be talking about the AEW Double or Nothing pay-per-view that happened on Sunday night. It had its ups and downs for sure, but overall, it was a great show. We got ourselves a new AEW World Heavyweight Champion. CM Punk is back on top when it comes to professional wrestling after 7.5 years of being away. Now, also, we had Thunder Rosa versus Serena Deeb in what was, to many, and it was definitely a back and forth type of thing when I was trying to get some opinions from the community. I thought it was a great match between those two, but we'll see once everybody gets on in here what we think of that match and the anarchy in the arena match. No one knew what was going to happen heading into this, but I think Tony Khan has found himself a staple match when it comes to AEW for years to come. The Owen Hart Cup concluded, where we saw Adam Cole and Britt Baker as the inaugural winners. We will go over that and see if they were really deserving of being the inaugural winners of said tournaments. And finally, MJF. All the speculation on that day was if he was going to show up to Double or Nothing. Apparently, rumors were that he was going to get on a plane out of Las Vegas. That did not happen. He was there. He didn't look happy to be there, but he was there, and he ultimately got buried beyond recognition. Booed out of the building, and we will go over what that truly means for his career and for his future in AEW. We are live for the AEW. I'm still tired from those 2 nights. We are here for the AEW Double or Nothing post show on Outside the Brand. We'll talk to you guys in just a little bit. What is going on, guys? Thank you so much for joining us right here on Outside the Brand. This is your AEW Double or Nothing 2022 post show for May 31st, 2022. I'm your host, Phil, and of course, this is Outside the Brand. This is another episode of Tuesdays Talk. I am here with a great friend of mine. MJ, how are you, my man? What are you doing? How are you doing? And what did you just think of AEW Double or Nothing overall?
All right, so first, can you hear me? Can you hear me good?
I can. Yeah.
All right, cool. I am doing great, I guess. Double or Nothing. I think it was a good show. I feel like there were certain matches that didn't need to be on the card. I feel like it didn't have to be as long, but I think it was a good show overall.
Oh, yeah. I 100% agree with you on that reasoning when it comes to the length of the show, for sure. I think I can pretty much speak for almost everybody here, as well as in the chat, saying that even 48 hours from the event, you can really tell that the pay-per-view ending at around 12:30, 12:40 in the morning, 5 hours is way too long of a show. I look at things when it comes to quality over quantity. 13 matches on the show was just not necessary for what AEW Double or Nothing has truly become over the first 3 years of its existence. I believe this was the 4th AEW Double or Nothing pay-per-view that they have had here in the whole history of the company. And at the end of the day, the show just drug on. It was a long night. Double or Nothing was a very solid pay-per-view, but the length was to be desired. I mean, and the 5 hours is including the buy-in, if you even watch that, which I didn't watch the entire buy-in, but I did see
Hookhausen, man. Hookhausen. Of course, I had to watch it.
I did see that. I saw the match. I just didn't watch the rest of the thing. Once one of my friends told me, "Hey, Danhausen's coming on. You might want to turn on the buy-in." That's when I turned it on, but I didn't watch the entire thing. But of course,
yeah,
I watched the entire show, and the entire pay-per-view was a pretty solid one at that. But it was just too long. 5 hours is just too long for me. I know he wanted to combat the NBA playoffs. The NBA playoffs had Game 7 of the
And you
Heat,
know I was
and
watching that. You know I was watching that game.
oh yeah, for sure. I had friends watching that too. We were pretty much watching two TVs that night when I went over to a friend's house. So we were watching both kind of events there. And yeah, so he was trying to combat the NBA playoffs. He tried to stack up the card, and he did. And we got an actual reason as to why he stacked up the card. Tony Khan did, and we will go over that in just a little bit. But yeah, guys, you guys are absolutely great for being here tonight. Thank you so much for joining us right here on Outside the Brand. MJ, right here. This is going to be a great post show. I'm glad that you decided to join us tonight, and we will get right into Double or Nothing 2022 and the post show for OTB. But before we get into that, we are going to be reading what the source from AEW. A source from AEW went to other wrestling news outlets, and he pretty much gave the reason as to why Tony Khan loaded up the card. And this is a direct associated source from AEW. So this is 100% credible. This is somebody from backstage, somebody in the crew when it comes to AEW. And I quote, "He added more to the card as business insurance against the NBA. If there are, let's say, 7 million Americans watching Game 7 of the Celtics and the Miami Heat, he thinks that it's entirely possible that a few thousand might say," and I quote here, "Oh, hey, there's still some great stuff on the pay-per-view," which he did, book a great solid second half of the card. So he thought that those few thousand people could say, hey, there's still some great stuff on the card, and order Double or Nothing anyway. Jump in when it's live and watch the rest of it later. He does that all the time. He watches UFC. Dana White apparently does this kind of business model, and he thought he could do the same for Double or Nothing. So that could add some extra revenue when it comes to the pay-per-view buys, end quote. So I think, here's the thing, man. If you're a businessman, I completely think that you're going to be understanding that type of model and mindset. But for fans, 5 hours is just way too long. I get that, but I don't know.
If I'm not mistaken, I believe the show lasted until like 12:30 in the morning.
It was like 12:30, 12:40 in the morning, and I didn't get home until 1 o'clock.
Yeah, that wasn't. Yeah, no.
Yeah. So, I think if you're a businessman, you completely understand that type of model, especially when it comes to UFC and just what Tony Khan was thinking. But as a fan and a fan's perspective, that's just not. No, I buy that's what he was trying to do, because if we're going to get that extra revenue, you're going to get those extra pay-per-view buys. That's great and all to get more money into your pocket, but I just did not like the actual length of the show. So that was what he was doing when it comes to just adding more revenue into his pockets when it comes to the pay-per-view buys. So, like I said, I think if you're a businessman, you completely understand that type of model and mentality when it comes to that, but it's too damn long of a pay-per-view. Like I said earlier, I think it's quality over quantity. I always love that kind of business model. I think of the old NXT days. But MJ, you know exactly where I'm going with this, hopefully. The NXT takeovers in black and gold. There was like maybe 5 to 6 matches tops when it comes to those old takeovers. And they were always good quality pay-per-view worthy matches that had great stories behind them. And they didn't last how long? Like, takeovers didn't really even last like maybe 2.5 hours at most.
Yeah, I think it was 2 hours, 2.5 hours.
Maybe 2.5 hours at the most.
It might have been 3 actually, because it is a pay-per-view, And the regular show is 2 hours long, so it might have been 3, but
especially if it's like linked to like a bigger event like a SummerSlam or WrestleMania, that type of thing. Maybe
yeah,
that could go to 3 hours.
yeah,
But those always had quality over quantity. They didn't really have that much stacked on the card. They had great stories within those matches. I've always loved that business model when it came to Triple H and NXT. So
mm-hmm.
I was hoping that we could get some of that stuff here when it comes to AEW. But hey, you know, that's just what Tony Khan does, and Tony Khan loves building up these matches, and I don't mind that. It's just you gotta get it into where, you know, just the timing of everything is kind of the most important thing.
Yeah.
So I was thinking quality over quantity, and we will see where things go from there. I want to know, guys, from you guys in the chat, though, what did you guys think of the length of the pay-per-view? I mean, the thing is, I think MJ and I both agree that, you know, it was way too long of a show. But I want to hear what you guys thought in the comments, in the live chat below, and the comments after the video is published. Go and tell us what you think of the overall length of the show.
Now that I think about it, I do feel like it was too long, but the fact that Double or Nothing is pretty much like their WrestleMania, I kind of do understand. But
I don't want to watch a one. If this was, here's the thing: 13 matches. That's usually like a WrestleMania card, right? That's usually like a WrestleMania card, but
yeah.
I mean, obviously, you know Liz very well. We were talking in the chat earlier. I believe it was the day before Double or Nothing, and he said if Double or Nothing was like a 2-night event, 13 matches would not feel so bad.
Yeah.
I understand that people are going to be like, oh, well, that's WWE's thing first. Who fucking cares? Who cares? 13 matches across 2 nights would have been perfect for this type of thing.
Technically, it's not really a WWE thing. Like, I'm pretty sure other promotions have done it before. Like, I'm pretty sure
other things have done it before, for sure.
I'm pretty sure Impact done it. I'm pretty sure Ring of Honor done it. I'm pretty sure New Japan done it. So, I mean,
yeah, people would just say that though, and you know WWE shills and just any type of tribalism going on within the wrestling community, they would say that.
Especially,
I would not have cared.
Yeah. Me neither.
So, I mean, I thought it would have been a great 2-night event type of thing, but we'll see if Tony Khan would ever try to experiment. I think he would try to experiment maybe one time, but it's got to be on their time. And plus, they don't have a streaming platform like WWE does. So I don't know if we would have to buy night 1 and night 2 for the exact same price that we usually get for pay-per-views, or what? Because usually shouting out.
Stupid though.
Yeah. So
yeah.
I think it does. Hopefully, once AEW finally gets a streaming platform, and I think they will, it's just going to take some time. Hopefully, when they do, it's going to be a lot less money that we're shouting out, and better quality when it comes to just the overall product. So
I'm kind of surprised that they didn't announce it at Double or Nothing about a streaming service.
I really think that they have the library in order to do it. I mean, like I don't know what's really taking so long. Like,
I think they're just too focused on their video game right now. They're kind of just like doing things at a time.
Yeah, I mean, apparently the game's coming out in like September of October this year. So it's pretty much near development. It's just we got to figure this out. And once that streaming platform does happen, I think we'll be good to go. It's just
I don't know why. I feel like I'm the only person right now who's not really interested in the AEW game quite yet. Because I'm trying to wait on more stuff to come out.
I haven't seen much of it, really.
Yeah.
So that's why I understand your reasoning.
Into it right now.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But I definitely see your reasoning as to why you're not totally invested into it. I think it's going to be a great thing. It's just we got to see more of it. We haven't seen really anything. except a couple of entrances. So
Yeah.
and it's not even full length entrances at that. It's like little clippets, and then the video just cuts off. So I don't know. The game is coming out. Double or Nothing. It happened, and we're going to be giving our entire full show review of it very soon. Ben, I finally did get the notice of Wyndham Rotunda's Twitter, saying it's pretty much he's saying patience is key, and we'll be seeing him very soon. I don't know what that entails. We are going to be finding out, because it looks like Wyndham is he's doing something.
I wanted to talk about this for all day. As soon as I came home, all I seen was Wyndham videos, and I want to talk about it because I feel like he's just toying with us again. Because the last time he said something or he teased us, it was around WrestleMania time. So
yeah,
I mean, yes, this one does seem more valuable, like more like believable. But
yeah,
knowing Wyndham, I think it's just a tease, personally. But
so he sent out 3 tweets that happened earlier today, saying everything good that's ever happened to me first came a period of horrible suffering. I never ask why. I just wait for the rough part to end. I was chosen for whatever reason. I've got shit to do. It doesn't hurt anymore. It burns. I'm ready now, with a red circle emoji. Then, moments later, he tweeted out, tired of watching, tired of hearing irrelevant clowns speculate how I'll be perceived, tired of hearing about my greed, my desire questioned. Wherever and whenever I decide to return, I'll remind everyone why they know my name. Again and again, believe in me. Hashtag I found it. Then, finally, patience. It's almost time. He's continuing to get us talking about where he might end up. AEW Double, WWE, Impact, wherever he may choose to go. It does not matter, because I'm going to follow him wherever he does. Wyndham Rotunda is one of the greatest minds in professional wrestling, and whatever he's going to do is going to be great. So I'm going to follow him wherever he goes.
That's what I did with Karrion, because when or Killer Cross, you as we know him as, he's been on the independent scene. I've been keeping in touch with Instagram, just seeing how he's doing. So I'm doing the same thing for Wyndham. Of course, love those guys. Some of my favorite characters of all time. So.
Oh yeah, for sure. I can't wait to see what happens, and it's going to be something special when we finally do see Wyndham, hopefully on our television screens once again, wherever company he may choose to go off of. So we're going to get right into AEW Double or Nothing. I'm going to pull up my notes here, and we will be going right into the show. But I want to get into the actual spiel like I usually do here on the podcast. So guys, thank you so much for joining us right here on Outside the Brand. Hit that thumbs up button as hard as you possibly can. And, we're going to try to get this to 25 likes minimum for tonight's Double or Nothing post show. Subscribe to the channel. We are on the road to 500 subscribers, and we are trying to get that by SummerSlam. So please, if you have not already, please hit that subscribe button down below and turn on the bell for all notifications. That way you never miss when we go live. Follow us on social media. You guys can follow me at PhillyMatt_. That is on Twitter and Instagram. And you guys can follow all of us here on TikTok as well. All that is down in the description below. And you guys can go to the merchandise store, which is bonfire.com, the exclusive home of Outside the Brand and its merchandise. That new OTB logo that you see on both corners of the screen, that is on a t-shirt now. Bonfire.com, You guys can go get your merchandise right there. Aiden, you legitimately just put the link in the chat so much, my man. That new OTP logo is on a t-shirt now. So if you guys want to rep OTP, you guys can go rep that new logo and just tell everybody about the podcast. Just spread the word. It's a great thing that we got going on over here, and we're going to continue doing it no matter how long it takes us to reach our goals here on OTB. So go get your t-shirts today and any other merchandise you may see on bonfire.com. Use exclusive of Outside the Brand and its merchandise.
Buy it or Phil will
Let's
cry.
get right into the show. Huh?
I said buy it or Phil will cry.
Oh, buy it or Phil will cry. Well, usually Aiden says buy it or else, so I'm like, okay, Aiden, you're kind of threatening us now, but you're threatening the viewers. But hey, it's a thing, and we will be. So we will see what happens when it comes to Bonfire. We'll definitely get some more merchandise up there soon, as I know a lot of us were probably thinking of some of the ideas when it comes to merchandise ideas. So we'll get that very, very soon. And there he is. He says buy it or else.
There we go.
We started off the show in a very different way than I thought it was going to be. MJF's music hits to start off the show. And as soon as that music hits, asshole chants are roaring throughout the TV. I'm thinking of basketball because of the NBA playoffs. Where were we tonight? Where were we? At
Las Vegas, right?
At Double or Nothing. What venue? I know Las Vegas, yeah, but what was shoot?
I don't even
I'm gonna
know.
have to look that up now.
I don't even know the venues, to be honest.
What was the venue? Double or Nothing 2022. Let's see. It's not the TD Garden because that's the goddamn
T-Mobile Arena
in Boston.
T-Mobile Arena.
It's the T-Mobile. There you go. I knew it was something with the T. The T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. And yeah, so we started off with MJF's music. Asshole chants pretty much roared throughout the arena. And there's no references to obviously what happened on Saturday's drama when it comes to the no showing at that meet and greet when it comes to MJF, which obviously is I didn't expect any reference to that, but we didn't get any. Wardlow is then shown handcuffed in a holding cell. Security escorted him down to the arena, and huge reactions to Wardlow. Wardlow chants in the Goldberg-like fashion. No music is played for him because that is part of the stipulation that the entirety of this story was going with. So no music. Wardlow chants in Goldberg fashion, and Wardlow is unhandcuffed from two sets of handcuffs before entering the ring. MJF then leaves the ring as Wardlow enters, and then the fans in Las Vegas started to chant "Fuck him up."
Fuck him up, Warlow. Fuck him up.
All I'm saying is,
fuck him up.
well, there you go. All I have to say is Las Vegas, you guys are fucking heels at your finest. You guys just did not care for MJF whatsoever. And honestly, at the end of the day,
usually they would cheer for him. But since he pretty much no-showed the meet and greet, they didn't really care at that time. By the way,
I feel like Las Vegas and what? Him not showing up? Oh yeah.
Or work. Yeah. Okay.
Him not showing up. That was totally real. So a shoot.
Yeah. That's.
I don't.
To be honest, I thought it was a work.
I don't think they would do that for a work. I just don't know if they would do that for that kind of a thing for a work, because people really paid money to do that, paid money to get to that meet and greet, and then Tony Khan and the rest of the crew tried to pay accommodations for what happens. So they called other AEW superstars to get there in order to fill MJF's spot. So I think it was 100% a shoot. But at the end of the day,
I guess
we had all of this take place. Yeah, I mean, when it comes to Tony Khan legitimately calling other people in order to get over to that venue in order to fill in his spot for the meet and greet, yeah, I kind of figured something was really going down.
Yeah.
But we had this match, and this match lasted no longer than 8 minutes. The match was MJF was not happy to be there. You can totally tell by the way he was entering the arena and by his body language, he just did not want to be there. MJF, he's in the ring momentarily, escaping Wardlow's charges. And then fans in the T-Mobile arena, they're chanting, "He showed up. He showed up." So they legitimately know what was happening. They were trying to reference us everything when it comes to that whole no-show at that meet and greet. And he attacked Wardlow with chops to little to no effect. He goes for a powerbomb, but MJF escapes. He runs from Wardlow. And then we're going to continue on into the later portions of this match. Wardlow beats down MJF. MJF tries to talk his way out of a beatdown to offer a handshake. He said that he was going to pay him not once, not one time, not double, but quadruple his pay rate that he usually gets from his contract with MJF. He shakes MJF's hand, but he does not let go. And then he kicks MJF in the gut and hits a power bomb. This started the power bomb symphony.
Yep. And we all know how it goes.
Oh, yeah. He hit a second power bomb, a third power bomb, a fourth, a fifth, and then Wardlow stands on MJF's chest. 1, 2, and he steps off.
Yep.
He steps off the chest. Wardlow then hits a 6th, a 7th, a 8th, a 9th, and a 10th power bomb. And then he stands on his chest for the 1, 2, 3. At the end of the day, we all knew that this was going to be Wardlow's win.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you right now, that was not. I guarantee you that was not the original plan of that match. I can't get behind that being the original plan for that matchup. That couldn't be. That couldn't be. I mean, if that was your way of teaching MJF a lesson, or pretty much just holding him accountable for what he did, I see what you were doing, but you didn't have to bury him like that.
I mean, actually, it might have been the plan, because now that I think about it, he gave him 10 power bombs for those 10 lashes.
The 10 lashes, yeah. I get that, but
I mean, still, yeah.
The man was legitimately buried beyond recognition.
It's just weird. I feel like I know why MJF is like upset right now, or at least one of the reasons. Because when it comes to like big pay-per-view matches, he always ends up losing, especially matches that he should win. And I also feel like MJF should be more valuable than how Tony Khan sees him.
So should have MJF win this match, you're saying?
Hell no. But
okay.
Like compared to
I was just trying to figure
matches,
this out.
Like
okay.
let's say let's go back to his match against CM Punk, right? I feel like he needed that win against CM Punk at our Revolution.
He beat him twice in Chicago.
True,
He beat
but
him
hey,
twice in Chicago. He left CM Punk in a bloody goddamn pulp on that last episode of Dynamite before, I believe was it Revolution? It was Revolution.
yes.
And then the dog collar match, we all knew what was gonna happen there. That was like a CM Punk type match,
I don't know.
especially from his
I
stuff
don't.
with Ring of
I don't.
Honor.
I don't know. I really don't know why MJF is upset right now. Like, I don't
He
know.
wants money. He wants money.
Okay, I guess that's fair, but
He wants money, and I think it's more. There's something more to this than what we are getting, and obviously we all don't know the entire situation because one, we don't know MJF, we don't know Tony Khan as much as everybody calls me Phil Khan over here, and
Phil Khan,
we just don't know the
yeah.
entire situation. We don't know the entire situation, so I think he
Phil
wants
Khan.
more money.
Phil Khan. Phil Khan.
I fully believe he wants more money. I think he wants to be positioned in a better light, like you're saying. And at the end of the day, if all of this gets sorted out, I'm telling you right now, we're going to be seeing MJF and CM Punk once again. We'll get to CM Punk later on, but I think we're going to be seeing MJF and CM Punk once again if this all does get sorted out. And if it does, MJF is going to be the one to do it. He's going to be the one to beat CM Punk, I think, and then that's how you get MJF as world champion.
Yeah.
If not him,
Just...
we'd say Eddie Kingston for me, but I don't know.
Well, I'll come back to that question later. In a minute, because
Wait, I definitely see your point there too, Aiden. Aiden saying in the chat that he's figuring out his worth like Cody Rhodes did. I mean, I definitely see your point. Cody Rhodes, he left. He didn't leave WWE. He actually did get fired. He got fired. He was trying to figure out his worth. He was showing Vince and pretty much everybody else what he really thought he could have been. And I mean, Seth Rollins said it last night on Monday Night Raw. He left. He had his friends do whatever he had to do in order to just pretty much build what they were trying to build and try to tear down what Seth Rollins tried to build on Raw or WWE, what have you. I thought that was a great promo, by the way, on Monday Night Raw. But MJF knows what he's worth, and he's going to try to get every single cent out of Tony Khan. If he can't, he's going elsewhere. So
yeah,
we'll see what happens. His contract doesn't really end until 2024, but if they can't really do anything about it, he might be gone before then.
He might not even just show up, bro. Like, he might just keep no showing at this point.
Here's also the thing. After the match, MJF was brought out on a stretcher. A stretcher came out. They had oxygen put on him and everything, and they rolled him out of the arena. And then the fans chanted, "You deserve it." So the fans are legit. They're legit heels in all of this. Yeah. MJF got buried beyond recognition. They wrote him off TV, and I feel like they wrote him off TV in this type of way so that Tony and MJF can sit down, have a conversation, and get this shit sorted out. We're not going to be seeing MJF on Wednesday.
Because they're gonna be upset when they hear adrenaline in my soul, MJF and Cody. No, I'm playing.
No, but like, in all honesty, though, I think they wrote him off in this way so that they can sit down, have a conversation, and we're not going to be seeing MJF for a very long time on TV. We're not. We're not going to see him on Wednesday. We're not going to be seeing him for a long time.
True.
So we'll see what happens with that, and we will.
I just love the fact that after Wardlow won, they showed the Wardlow is all elite sign.
I was just about to get to that, yeah.
And I love seeing that.
It was a great moment for sure, and you saw the real emotion of Wardlow in that moment.
Yeah, and I cannot wait to see Wardlow win the TNT title
or TNT the Championship. That's it. I think it's TNT Championship first. You don't need the world title just yet. He's too young. He's not inexperienced, but he's too young for that right now. You got to let the slow burn continue. TNT Championship is a perfect spot for him, I feel. But
yeah,
we'll see where that goes. Tony Schiavone was on the stage about to interview Wardlow, and Schiavone says that Tony Khan has made it official. He signed Wardlow to an AEW contract, and he is now officially All Elite. You deserve a chance from the AEW crowd. And Wardlow thanks the fans off the microphone. He didn't grab the mic and cut a promo saying thank us to the fans. He just said thank you, and he walked to the back, obviously under the babyface tunnel, as he was being portrayed as a babyface throughout this entire thing, and he is one of the biggest babyfaces in all of AEW right now.
I completely forgot that they have different tunnels for babyfaces.
Yeah, they have different tunnels. I always have to remind people of that because people don't remember that. People don't remember that, and I don't understand. I understand why people do sometimes forget that, but they have two different tunnels for a reason.
Yeah. And then I keep forgetting because I feel like sometimes they forget to put the heel superstar through the heel tunnel. And the face
Sammy Guevara didn't enter through any tunnel, nor did Jade Cargill that night. So
yeah,
they had the Cody Vader. So, but yeah, Wardlow, he got his moment. He is now officially All Elite, and he will be definitely one of the featured faces when it comes to AEW. Not only down the road, but right now. I mean, this guy's ready. Yeah. This guy is ready. It's just you gotta let it slowly burn because, like our guy Sledge said earlier today, you gotta walk before you can run. You can't just shoot him straight to the top right now. So we'll see what happens. I'm very excited for Wardlow. I think Wardlow's going to be a great asset, and we'll see where things go.
Adrenaline in my soul. MJF hitting my go-go.
Oh my God, man. He probably would. We then had the video package for the Elite versus Delete. The Young Bucks versus the Hardys was up next. And yeah.
Elite. Go Cody. Elite.
Caprice Coleman. Caprice Coleman joined commentary for this match. You can correct me if I'm wrong in saying this, MJ, but he's Ring of Honor.
I'm the wrong person to ask, to be honest.
Oh, okay. It's probably Lewis that I should be asking this. I'm pretty sure he's from Ring of Honor, if anything. I mean, we all know the whole story with the Young Bucks and Hardys and their illustrious matches throughout the years when it comes to Ring of Honor and just any other wrestling promotion that you can honestly think of besides WWE. Because this match hasn't happened in WWE. But regardless, I think he's a former Ring of Honor not talent, but probably commentator, and Aiden just confirmed that he is. So thank you so much, Aiden.
Can we get Mario back, please? Can we get Mario?
Please, Mario. Jesus, I need Mario back. I need Mario back for any wrestling company.
Wait, time out. I said Mario. My bad.
You said Mario. Yeah, you said Mario. But listen, Mario for any wrestling company. I don't care. Seriously. You can do them for AEW. You can do them for Impact. You can do them for, listen, just don't get him near JBL, and I think he'd be fine back in WWE.
What's up with him and
JBL? Huh?
What happened to him and JBL?
They had some backstage shit happening between Morrow and JBL, and JBL was pretty much just being a dick.
Like always.
So,
okay.
So yeah. So at the end of the day, regardless, I just need Morrow back. He'd be perfect for any type.
Y'all can put him in NXT. Like, I wouldn't mind him in NXT. You know?
He was the voice of NXT before he left.
Yeah, and SmackDown Live.
Yeah. So But yeah, the Young Bucks and Hardys. I don't know how to feel about this. I didn't know we were going to expect when it comes to the Hardys and Young Bucks, especially in AEW. You know how AEW loves to do just beyond when it comes to like go above and beyond when it comes to these types of matchups.
Mm-hmm. I heard a lot of mixed feelings about this match.
I don't know how to feel because I feel like the Young Bucks had to slow down a lot in order for the Hardys to keep up. And yes, I understand the Hardys are getting older, and that is not really like I'm not trying to make excuses for anything. It's just at the end of the day, I feel like this match had so much. Well, it didn't really technically have all this hype around it. It's just the Hardys and Young Bucks by name that was getting this match attention.
Yeah.
But near the end of the match, Jeff Hardy was in the corner for like a good 10 minutes of this match because his boot broke. And Matt was just trying to continue holding on into this match. And it was just a match that was left to be desired. It wasn't a bad match by any means.
At least they bounced back from it, you know? Like, the show must go on.
It wasn't a bad match by any means. I just thought that it felt slow. And by the actual timing of this matchup, like the actual length of the match itself, you can tell that it went slow. Because this match clocked in at around 19 minutes and 15 seconds. This was almost a 20-minute match.
Damn.
And you can take that for what you will. Did they slow it down? Yeah. So, like, you can take that for what you will. Did they slow it down in order to help the Hardys just get through it? Or were they trying to get to all these spots that were probably supposed to be faster in this match? It just took a little bit longer in order to get there. You can take that for what you will. But it wasn't a bad match by any means. I just thought it could have been a little bit in a better light. So no worries, Josh. How are you, my man? Don't worry about being late. So later on, like let's say like the last third of the match, this is awesome chants were happening throughout the arena. Jeff escaped the BTE trigger, but the Bucks hit the double super kick on both Hardys. Matt Hardy then shouts at his brother to get up, and then the Bucks hit rapid super kicks on both Hardys. Matt then gets up and spits in the Bucks' face. Then the Bucks hit a double super kick on both Hardys, covers, and the Hardys both kick out at the count of 2. So it was they were all in the ring at the same time, tornado style, and they both pinned and they both kicked out at the count of 2. This was not a tornado style matchup. They were just doing it just because it's AEW. The Bucks then set up steel steps on the outside, on its side. Matt Hardy then hits a BT bomb on Matt Jackson. Jeff places Nick on the steel steps and climbs to the top rope. Jeff hits a swanton bomb off the top ropes and onto the steel stairs like he was I believe he was doing that in his match with Darby Allin, but Darby moved out of the way, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So they pretty much did the exact same spot there, but he actually hit it on the steel steps. Matt Hardy then hit
Sorry.
No, you're good. Matt Hardy then hit a twist of fate on Matt Jackson in the ring for a 2 count. Nick then he backslide for a 2 count, and then Matt Hardy hit a side effect and then a twist of fate. Jeff Hardy then climbs to the top rope. He hits a swanton bomb and covers for the win. The Hardy boys, or the Hardy men, they're men now. The Hardys picked up the W, and they get the win over the Young Bucks. I picked the Hardys getting into this. I thought the Hardys were going to be the winners heading into this match. I know a lot of people were pretty much split on predictions when it comes to this. But yeah, it wasn't a bad match by any means. I just thought it was a little bit too long.
I picked the Hardys to win as well.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I knew they was.
if they're going to be getting into a tag team championship picture down the line, I think beating the Young Bucks was really the only option there.
Yeah.
And then obviously getting higher up in the rankings for the tag team titles.
Yep.
So here's the thing, and this felt really weird because this almost kind of felt what happened in WWE. Jeff Hardy, once the match ended, he ran into the crowd, celebrating with fans or whatever. Matt Hardy was looking all over the place, like, where the hell did he go? And then he returned to the ring and celebrate with his brother. I don't know what the hell that was about, but
oh my god, I seen a video from Suplex.
Okay.
Of him saying that was that a shout? Was that like a call out to WWE when he went to the crowd that one time?
Yeah, listen, I got no idea what that was about, but he did do that, and I was like, where the hell are you going? But then he did return. He didn't feel all that right in this match. Matt Hardy didn't really feel all that right either. But then I heard reports, and Nick actually, Nate, I said Nick, my bad. Nate, I'm freaking tired, dude. Nate sent it in the chat. He sent it in the chat that apparently Jeff Hardy was not. He's been a wrestling hurt, or he's been pretty much injured.
Yeah.
He's not in the right state right now. And no, it's nothing to do with any type of I know people are going to point to this saying that it's drugs. It's not drug related. He's just hurt.
Yeah, that's my job. Sorry, I'm sorry.
No, but but in all honesty, he's just hurt and he's beat up after all these matches. He had the goddamn Darby Allin match, which did not need to be all that insane. He had that tag match with Butcher and Blade, which turned into way more than a tag match. I believe it was like a goddamn tables match, and nobody knew what the hell that tables match was about.
I didn't know what kind of match that was.
One of his first matches, I believe, was like a 6-person tag, but they got all over the place, and it was like a street fight 6-person trios match. Like, it didn't need. Every single match that Jeff Hardy's really been a part of in AEW has been some type of extreme match. And it hasn't, and it does not need to be that way.
I do think that AEW, Tony Khan, needs to slow down a little bit.
Slow Jeff Hardy
down. He is up there in age. Now, I'm not saying Jeff Hardy can't go in the ring. I'm not saying he can't do these amazing things. But when it comes to his body at his age, you got to kind of slow it down, you know? So
you call on these matches when they're only absolutely necessary.
Yeah, I believe the only matches that Jeff has really been in was extreme matches.
There've only been extreme matches. The first match that he had in AEW, which was his second week in, and it was a trios match, but it was a street fight type of mentality when it was Darby and the Hardys versus like 3 members of the Andrade family office. It was like Butcher, Blade, and somebody else. Like, why is that his first match heading in? You can have a trios match. That's fine. That's actually going to be better for him if it's like a normal trios match and him just tagging in and out. Yeah. But a street fight? Why? What's the purpose?
There was no need for that at all.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Just slow it down. Like, only do it when it's absolutely necessary and let Jeff take care of his body. Because he's only going to have a few more bumps. Or breathe at that too. He's only going to have a few more bump cards left, or bumps left on his bump card, until he has to just say, "Hey, it's done for me." This is their final run.
I can't do it.
This is their final run as a tag team. Let them do it on their own accord.
Yep.
Next match, we had Jade Cargill versus Anna Jay.
Actually, let me not say A, because this match, it has, okay, I'm gonna say the same thing. I'm gonna say the same thing that Willie Finesse said. So as you already know, Malcolm Bivens, aka I forgot his name.
It's
Yeah.
Stokely Hathaway. Stokely Hathaway.
Yeah, that. When he showed up, it just seemed. I feel like Anna Jay and Jade didn't really do good at setting up for the Jaded off the ropes. It kind of looked just
Yeah.
like a. It didn't look like a struggle, but it looked like a.
Well, she was
Yeah.
It seemed like Jade was waiting for Anna to get into her spot.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I 100% agree. I agreed with Willie when we were all talking about Double or Nothing on my live a couple. I believe it wasn't yesterday, but
2 days ago.
Wait, yeah, it had to have been yesterday.
Was it yesterday?
It had to have been yesterday because we talked after Double or Nothing was even a thing.
It was yesterday, yeah.
So I agreed with him 100% when he was talking about that. And Jade, I want to stress this to everybody here. Anna Jay is not a bad wrestler by any means.
Oh yeah, no, she's amazing. She just doesn't get she just.
We don't see her. We don't see her
getting used to her full potential.
We don't see her. Period. I mean, she's mainly used on Dark and Dark Elevation, and that is on YouTube. And nobody watches YouTube. I don't go on Monday. I don't go on YouTube at 7:00 at night before Monday Night Raw to watch the 1 hour of AEW Dark Elevation. And then Tuesday,
nobody never watches that shit.
And then Tuesday at 7 p.m. To watch Dark for Tuesday. Like I don't do that. I don't. I know a ton of people that we should be seeing on TV are on Dark, and I honestly think that it's a crime that we don't get to see these people.
Abaddon.
We can keep her on Dark, but
no.
But I think we all kind of understand the sentiment here. People that we should be seeing are on Dark and Dark Elevation and not on the main card. Hell, Ruby Soho was she was 22-3 heading into her match with Britt Baker on Sunday, and 20 of those matches were on Dark and Dark Elevation. So it's ridiculous how they use some of these women.
I'm so pissed off from that.
We'll definitely talk about those Owen Hart Cup finals, but
all right.
But yeah, the Jade Cargill and Anna Jay match, it wasn't bad by any means, and we got 2 great debuts. But we all just knew what was going to happen. We all knew who was going to win. There was no story heading into this, and then we just got the debuts. So.
Yep, pretty much. It's pretty much what happened. It was good to see the debuts, of course, but
yeah,
the match. Now, don't get me wrong. I feel like Jake. Okay, I hear a lot of people say that Jade Cargill isn't the star as she pushed to be, and I do not agree with that. I think Jade Cargill is a star. She looks like a star. She always looked like a star. Does she need more work in the ring?
Yes.
Yeah. I think she needs more work in the ring. But when it comes to that look, she has that look.
She's in her second year.
That's why yeah.
She's only going into her second year. So, of course, she's got to still some improve. But
yeah.
I didn't like her at first. You guys knew all of this. I pretty much shouted out to the top of my lungs that I did not like Jade Cargill. But once I actually gave her a chance, I got to know her in the ring. I got to know what she was about. And then I heard the story of her working with Bryan Danielson. And that made me respect her even more, because that right there showed that she really takes care of this shit. She really, truly cares about what she does. And now she's just not doing this to just say, hey, I'm here. And I don't think she was ever doing that for that reason. But now I think it's a great knowing that Jade is really getting better in the ring. She really has. She really has stepped up her game, and I couldn't be more proud of her for that.
Yes, sir.
So Jade hit a double DDT back in the ring, and Cargill hit a thrust kick. Jay then reversed the Jaded into a cover for a 2 count. Sterling then runs down with his crutch. He wasn't even really using the crutch. He was running down on both legs, not even really selling the leg injury, but he had his crutch in his hand. He was distracting the referee, and he threw the crutch in the ring. I don't know how Bryce Remsburg did not see the crutch be thrown in the ring because it was in plain sight, but regardless, it's Bryce Remsburg.
I swear that every single referee, I swear, it doesn't matter what company, it doesn't matter what sport. Every referee goes blind.
They're all blind. They're all blind. So Bryce Remsburg didn't even see the crutch get thrown into the ring. But Jay grabs the crutch and hits a Russian leg sweep with it for a 2 count. John Silver then runs down because obviously we all know Jay is associated with the Dark Order. John Silver then runs down and he hits Sterling with a brainbuster on the outside. In the ring, Cargill then hits Eye of the Storm for a 2 count. Jay then reverses the Jaded into a Queenslayer, and Cargill then powers out into the corner. Jay and Jade brawl in the corner. Stokely Hathaway, formerly known as Malcolm Bivens from NXT, leader of Diamond Mine, shows up, walks down to the ramp, and distracts Jay. Cargill then hits Jaded from the middle rope, and that is it. 1, 2, 3, and still.
Sitting that girl packing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And still, your TBS champion, and Jade Cargill. 32-0. Now, earlier on in the match, the baddies in Red Velvet and Kira Hogan did try to interfere. Obviously, Jay, she did get the better of both of the baddies, but that's how Stokely Hathaway was able to get there. And now Jade Cargill has some new, so she has a new manager, has some new associations within the baddie section and within the baddie group. This is great because I've loved Stokely Hathaway. I've loved Malcolm Bivens since the start of his run here in NXT. I think he's a great talker, and I think he fits her really well. Yes. I think he fits her way more than. To
be honest, I personally never felt like Mark. That's the name, right? Mark Sterling.
Yeah.
I never felt like he fit with Jade.
No, not at all. He was more comedy than anything.
Yes. And you know, coming from the black community, this looks amazing. I'm sorry, Phil. It just looks amazing.
Oh no! Listen. I've loved everything that Stokely Hathaway did in NXT with Diamond Mine. I think he's just a great talker, and he fits so much more with the baddies, with Jade Cargill, and it's going to be a great thing because she's going to learn. She's learning from Bryan Danielson when it comes to in-ring and promos anyway, but with Stokely, she's going to learn even more when it comes to promos, and this is going to only help her and the rest of them. It's going to help Kira, and it's going to help Velvet. So this is a win-win situation for everybody. I really think it's a great thing. I do.
I just can't. I can't wait to see what happens.
And then, that's not all, man. We had the fallen goddess, Athena, formerly known as Ember Moon, show up as Chris Statlander. Chris Statlander ran to the ring as the baddies were about to pretty much attack Jay 3-on-1. So Chris Statlander ran out to pretty much kind of even the odds in this new character that she's been building over the past couple of weeks. But she brought backup, and that was Athena. Now, Ember Moon is going to really help this division. I think she is a phenomenal get for AEW. And at the end of the day, I see some people thinking that it's going to be not Anna Jay. That's going to be Athena versus Jade Cargill for the TBS Championship. I can see that down the line. I can. But you can't really do that just yet. You can't just thrust her
'cause
into the picture yet.
I really do not want to see Jade lose the title, but who else could she really lose to?
I only got two people, and it's either going to be Athena or it's going to be Chris Statlander. I think Chris Statlander should have advanced anyway into the tournament because Chris Statlander has been getting this type of hype when it comes to her new character, and then obviously Ruby beat her on Rampage, and she honestly got booed out of the building on that Rampage.
Mm-hmm.
But
question. So is Chris Statlander's new character? Is this still technically an alien or?
no, she humanized herself again. So she's not really an alien anymore.
Okay.
She was an alien for like the first 3 years of the company, and I think she's like, I'm done being an alien. I want to actually humanize myself.
Okay, nice.
So she's not going to be using any of the makeup anymore to make herself look like an alien and do the whole boop thing. She's not doing that anymore. So
Okay.
I think it's honestly a great change for her. She did not need to be an alien anymore. It's 2022. I don't think we really need that.
I mean, we have a zombie, so I mean, shit.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I haven't seen Abaddon in like 2 years.
And I love Abaddon, so
I haven't seen her in like 2 years. Seriously.
she had a women's title match like 3 months ago.
I probably missed it, if anything.
It was a street fight where she got stomped into some thumbtacks.
Oh wait, I do. Okay, so that maybe I did see that at that point, but then I haven't seen her since because I don't watch Dark.
Yeah, I haven't seen her since.
And I know she's on that all the time. So,
yeah.
So Athena's here. I think it's going to be a great get for the women's division. I think they can really build around her. And honestly, at the end of the day, that women's division just got stronger. And hopefully we can get more because this women's division needs it. And I think hopefully down the line we can get more. Stay away from men's signing men for right now. We need more women. And I know people are going to say, like, oh my gosh, you're just signing more people. Fuck that shit. We need more women. And we need women just to be better represented.
I just really wish AEW could find a way to get Awesome Kong or Gail Kim, but they can't. And it's sad.
Aren't they signed with Impact though?
Awesome Kong, I think she's retired, but Gail Kim, I think she has backstage stuff.
I thought she was a backstage kind of thing with Impact, but the only reason why I thought Awesome Kong was still in Impact was because I believe it wasn't Ches getting inducted into it, but I believe a few years ago, I think she was inducted into their Hall of Fame. Jesus.
Yeah, she was.
So.
But I think she retired. I think she retired like last year.
Okay. She might have retired as soon as she was actually getting inducted into that Hall of Fame. So maybe she retired last year, and that was when she got inducted. But yeah, I think we're going to be definitely seeing more women heading into this. But I think at the end of the day, we just need to see them more represented. We don't need just one match on Dynamite every single week. And you don't need to have
Gail Kim is an executive. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, excuse me. I don't think we just need rivalries, though, when it comes to just the championships. You can have women's rivalries that don't have titles on the line. And I understand that's kind of what we got when it came to Shida and Serena. But that honestly kind of led to the Serena D getting into a women's title picture when it came to Thunder Rosa. So I don't know. The women's division definitely needs to be represented more and in a better light. And hopefully with Ember Moon coming on in, that'll definitely help in a way. So we had a trios match. Death Triangle, House of Black. We knew this shit was going to be great There's no way that this could not have been great.
It was better than I thought. I'm not gonna lie. I
Really?
did not think it was. I did not think it was gonna be like as good as it was. But for what it was, for what I saw, I think it's like almost the match of the night, in my opinion.
Okay. That you're actually the first person that called that match the match of the night whenever I've been talking to people. So that's honestly a really cool match to call that. I honestly think this was definitely a match of the night candidate. I think this is only just an appetizer to what we are going to be getting when we get those trios tag team championships. Because they are coming. It's just taking a while. But at the end of the day, the Death Triangle and the Lucha Bros and Pac versus the House of Black was great. And the ending was great. I freaking loved it. So the House of Black hit Dante's Inferno on Phoenix. Cover, and Pac and Penta break up the count. Death Triangle then hits strikes in all three corners, triple super kicks, Pac with a brain buster to Black, cover for a 2 count. As Buddy then breaks up the count. Penta then hits a destroyer on the apron. Lucha Bros then hit a DDT stomp on the outside onto Brody King. Death Triangle then surround Black, combo super kicks. Black then hits a Black Mass on Penta, then hits one on Phoenix. Pac then hits an Enziguri kick to Buddy Matthews, then hits a 450 onto Black. German suplex to Buddy, and then throws him to the outside. Pac then with a German suplex to Black, to Malachi. Then Pac then hits a low blow on to Malachi Black, climbing the top rope to hit a Black Arrow. The lights go out, and then Julia Hart appears in all black, half the face, with the eye and everything, and like in black and everything. We all knew this was going to happen eventually, and they saved it for the pay-per-view. Julia Hart is now officially a part of the House of Black, as she spits a black mist onto Pac.
I am so happy for what they have stored for her.
Yes, and Black hit Pac with a black mass for the 1, 2, 3, and the House of Black pick up the win. She is officially joining the House of Black, and she is now the mistress of the House of Black. I could not be more excited for her. I think this is going to be a great opportunity for her to show us what we see more of her.
Yeah.
She does not need to be a cheerleader anymore. This is not. That's not what she's going to be about now. She hesitated when she didn't hit. I believe it was Brian Pillman Jr. that they wanted to hit her with the steel chair with.
No, it was Griff. It was Griff.
It was Griff. Okay, yeah. For some reason in my head I thought it was always Brian Pillman Jr., but it was Griff. So they wanted her to hit Griff with the steel chair. She hesitated, didn't work out, and then
you know why I know it was Griff, because pretty much I feel like her and Griff, like on TV, was always seen as like that couple in that group.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay.
Also because he had long ass hair, so.
Well, doesn't Brian too?
I mean, yeah, but like not as long as Griff Garrison.
True, and obviously Brian Jr. obviously looks a lot more like his dad than anything else. So it was probably curly and all that stuff. So at the end of the day, Julia Hart is now with the House of Black. I think it's going to be a great opportunity for her to show us what she can really do. And at the end of the day, this is just going to be a great opportunity. Learning from King, learning from Matthews, learning from Malachi, this is going to be great opportunity.
That's
yes,
me.
It is
I'm
you.
Malachi Black.
It is you. But I think it's going to be a great opportunity.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm really looking forward to what they have in store for her, especially since she's now a heel and now she don't have to do that stupid ass cheerleading shit. So yeah. No offense to the cheerleaders out there. I'm just saying that no, come on.
Oh no, yeah, and we all love Julia over here. It's just we just didn't need that whole cheerleader stuff anymore when it comes to it just being 2022. This is just going to be a great opportunity, a great moment for her, and we'll just see where things go. I think she can really thrive in this opportunity and role.
Me too. I think she can do great.
We then get into the Owen Hart tournament finals. And we're going to be talking about both of them just pretty much in this segment. We'll go over the ending parts of both matches, but just as a whole, Adam Cole and Britt Baker won the tournament matches. I felt like both matches were underwhelming. I felt like both matches really didn't kick into second gear like I thought it was going to. Adam Cole and Samoa Joe, this to me was a shocking statistic that this was the first time they have ever crossed paths. Ever. And that is a shocking statistic because of all their stuff with Ring of Honor and their stuff in NXT.
They never crossed paths for real.
They've never
technically they did cross paths when Samoa Joe choked them out. But
well, no, I mean like in a match.
In a match, that's kind of. Are you sure? Are you sure?
And in a match, and they said it on commentary, so I don't like. Damn. Listen, like they said it on commentary, so I believe it.
That just feels impossible.
It doesn't feel right? It does not feel like that's logical in any sense of the words. But it's true. I even looked it up after the fact because I did not believe them. This is true. Like they never crossed paths. Like in a legit match.
I kind of want to cry now because that kind of just seems weird.
It doesn't seem real because with all their stuff in Ring of Honor, with all their stuff in NXT, with all their stuff pretty much anywhere that they have probably been together, they have never crossed paths in a match. It's crazy.
That's so weird.
And then Ruby versus Britt Baker, we know that's technically a rematch from Grand Slam. If you remember that.
I have mixed feelings about this Owen Hart finals winners. Okay.
I have mixed feelings for both, really.
Okay.
But let's go over the women first because we'll go over the women first because I do want to hear your thoughts on it. Go ahead.
It's just okay. First, I just want to say I should have known who was gonna win from the attire.
Yes, I tried to look past the attire, but obviously,
yeah. If you look at the attires, the people who wore pink should have we should have known that shit. But besides that, I feel like the wrong. Okay, actually, no. I feel like the men's winner was right, but the women's one was wrong. But at the same time, I feel like it wasn't wrong because okay. The fact that Adam Cole and Britt Baker, we all know that they're together, right? So it looks right. But at the same time,
it would look so awkward if Adam Cole won the men's and then Ruby Soho won the women's. It would look so awkward up there on that stage.
But at the same time, the fact that we all know that Ruby Soho deserves and she needed to win that tournament.
Yes. Here's my thinking of it. When I saw the first bracket, no bracket was like advanced or anything. The first look of the bracket for the men's and the women's, I actually still think I actually have them pulled up here. Yeah, I do. And you guys are not going to be seeing us, but you guys will be seeing. This is the men's tournament right here. When I saw the first look at the men's tournament, this was my original thinking of how things were going to go. I thought it was going to be Ray over Kyle, which I believe was correct. I thought it was going to be the
No.
Joker. Oh, wait, no, it wasn't correct. That's right. Kyle went to the semis. I thought it
Yeah.
was going to be the Joker over Joe for some reason because I thought Sanjay and Jay Lethal were going to cost Joe the match to lead into something
Yeah.
for Double or Nothing. But that did not happen. Samoa Joe beat Johnny Elite or John Morrison. I thought it was going to be Darby over Jeff because of something when it comes to Double or Nothing. We obviously got that anyway. But Jeff Hardy got into the semis. And then Adam Cole was going to beat Dax Harwood. I've always had that.
Yeah.
And then I had Adam Cole versus the Joker in the finals. But it didn't end up being the case because Samoa Joe got to the finals with Adam Cole. And when I saw these 8, I immediately drew to Adam Cole because I'm like, Adam Cole's winning this tournament.
I thought it was gonna be Joe or Adam. Like I was right for the people who was in the finals, but not gonna lie, if the Joker wasn't Johnny Impact or Johnny Elite or Johnny whatever the fuck you want to call him,
John Morrison's really the thing. So yeah,
like let's say if it was like,
I thought it was gonna be Claudio.
I was thinking Johnny Gargano or someone else, but
it was either Claudio or Johnny Gargano for me. And that's what I thought was happening when I saw Johnny Elite, but it was John Morrison.
Yeah. I keep forgetting whatever company he goes to. He changes his last name. It's just so weird.
Yeah, it was Mundo and or Mundo, whatever you pronounce it as in Lucha Underground. He did, I believe it was Johnny Impact over in Impact Wrestling. Mm-hmm. He obviously did Johnny Elite for All Elite Wrestling, and yeah, he just changed his last name. But yeah, so then we're gonna look at the women's bracket now, and immediately the first 2 names that I saw on both sides of the bracket, I saw Toni Storm on one side and Ruby Soho on the other, and I had a Toni Storm versus Ruby Soho final.
I had Britt and Ruby. I ain't gonna lie. I had Britt.
You had Britt and Ruby in the finals. Okay.
Yeah.
Because what I thought was going to be Toni over Jamie, which I believe that was the case.
Actually, no, I lied. I had the Joker and Ruby.
Okay.
But
who did you think was the Joker?
I thought the Joker was going to be Athena.
Same. And it turned out to be goddamn fucking Maki Ito.
Her freaking Tegan Knox.
Tegan. I also had Candice in there too, but because if it was going to be Johnny Gargano as the Joker for the men, I kind of figured that it was going to be Candice for the women.
But I forgot who the hell was the Joker for this one.
It was Maki Ito. Maki Ito.
Where is she from? Is she from? Where is she from?
She's from Japan, but it was Stardom.
Yeah, I knew that, but like, I forgot what company she was working for.
I think it was Stardom. Because that's the only other.
I thought when I first saw her, she looks familiar from AEW because I thought she was in AEW, but she wasn't.
So. She was. She worked with Britt Baker at like one of their first pay-per-views. She was like in a tag match with her. So she showed up one other time in AEW for like a tag match at a pay-per-view, and then she was brought back here.
I was so disappointed though.
It was so bad. It was really bad. Britt Baker did not deserve that at all. But I had Toni Storm and Ruby Soho. I didn't deserve that. Nobody deserved it.
Toni hurt my
Nobody
feelings.
deserved it. So I had Toni Storm over Jamie Hayter, which was correct. I had the Joker being Athena over Britt Baker because usually Jokers, they move on to things, but that didn't happen. Britt Baker beat the Joker, which obviously turning out to be Maki Ito, which was fine. Like, I didn't mind that. Thank God Maki Ito did not beat Britt Baker.
Imagine.
Ruby Soho was going to beat Riho. I'm sorry, Riho. Yeah. I think you're great, but that was obviously going to be the case. And then I had I had Sheeta going over Red Velvet.
I actually had Red Velvet going over Sheeta because of the baddie stuff.
That's true too, and I could definitely see that argument. But Sheeta didn't even participate, did she? That was Chris Statlander.
Yeah, because Sheeta, apparently her leg is still hurt.
Yeah, so Chris Statlander took her spot, and then Chris Statlander beat Red Velvet to get to the semis, which was then Ruby Soho moving into the finals, and then Toni Storm losing to Britt Baker in the semis, which was not the right move, getting Britt into the finals. I had Toni versus Ruby the entire way because I believe it was on a Rampage when they had Toni Storm and Ruby Soho team up with each other against Jamie and Britt. Like, that could have worked so well as a final after that tag match, but that just did not happen, and we got that. I don't think Britt Baker deserved to win this tournament. She did not need this. If you're looking to build new stars, which tournaments are pretty much built to do, Ruby Soho was the easiest choice to make. And Adam Cole,
in my opinion, she deserved to win it. Like, she needed to win that tournament.
Yeah. Plus, all her matches were on Dark prior to all of this tournament going down. Like, listen, she needed a lot more. She needed a lot more than what she got. And then Adam Cole over Samoa Joe, I definitely saw the reasoning behind it. Obviously with Satnam, Jay Lethal, and Sanjay Dutt being barred from ringside during that match, I obviously saw why Bobby Fish interfered instead. But honestly, he didn't really like influence anything in the match anyway. He kind of just showed up there. He didn't really interfere.
I'm surprised. Wait, was Kyle there also?
Kyle was not there, no, because he had a match with Darby Allin later on in the night.
Oh yeah,
it was just Bobby.
Okay. And
while I was live tweeting the show, I added the wrong Bobby. I added Bobby Lashley instead of Bobby Fish.
Lashley.
And then somebody replied to that tweet saying that would be crazy if Bobby Lashley interfered to help Adam Cole. I'm like, dude, trust me.
Bobby
Nasty, you know? So I don't
Bobby if you nasty.
Cole winning the tournament, I definitely felt was the right call here because I first of all, I had him winning the entire thing. Second of all, he kind of needed this. Joe is going to be fine because I believe he'll still be going up against Jay Lethal at some point down the line anyway.
I mean, Joe's the Ring of Honor television champion.
Yeah, so there's definitely going to be something with that. And then Britt Baker, she just did not need it. She didn't. So.
Hell no, bro. Britt did not need that shit at all.
So I think was this a great first attempt at the Owen Hart Cup tournament? I think this was, as a first attempt in this tournament, I believe it was an okay attempt. I'm not going to call it great. I'm not going to call it bad either because this was a great way to honor the legacy of Owen.
Yeah.
But do they need more in order to improve what they have already kind of built upon? 100%. They definitely need to build upon this, and hopefully next year when we get this, because Tony Khan did confirm that we are going to be getting this as a yearly thing heading into Double or Nothing every year now. Hopefully they can build upon it and make it even better than the year before.
That's going to be so fucking... Okay, you know what? Okay. I don't remember where I heard this from, but I was hearing someone say, like, for the titles, right?
Oh yeah, we'll talk about we'll talk about what happened when it came to the title presentation and all that. But you can say what you were going to say.
I was gonna say like they got like the first year champions face the second year champions or some shit like that.
Oh yeah, I believe Willie was talking about that with Marissa and I in our live.
But at the same time, I feel like.
How do you feel about that?
I just feel like, okay, I understand that, but at the same time, I also feel like they should just keep the title show as like freaking trophies and souvenirs, and just like,
well, first of all, I think Adam Cole and Britt Baker are going to be carrying around those titles, if not for. I don't think they're going to be carrying them around for the whole year, but definitely for like the next few months.
yeah.
But I think those trophies. Listen, the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal don't mean shit, but what that trophy does have is all the names that have won that Battle Royal from years past, I believe.
Yeah.
If you can do something like that, or I think even the Dusty Cup does that too for NXT. Yes. If you can like add the names that won the tournament in prior years and just continue adding it in order to like pretty much build the legacy of this trophy, I think that could be a really great thing. I don't know if the titles were really necessary.
Yeah, me neither. I'm not sure.
I think those titles look great. I think those championships look beautiful, but I don't think they were necessary. I don't think they were just necessary, though. But yeah, but we'll see what happens. I mean, they're obviously going to build upon this first year because it'll happen next year heading into Double or Nothing. And we'll see where it goes. I'm not mad at how these tournaments went out. It's just could have been better. Yeah. We then had the worst match of the night take place, and I am going.
Holy shit! I'm so pissed off. This match was the worst match.
I'm telling you right now, dude, this was the worst match, and I'm not going to hold back. I'm not holding back.
I agree. It was the worst match.
Scorpio Sky, Ethan Page, the Men of the Year, with Paige Van Zant taking on Frankie Kazarian, Sammy Guevara, and Ty Conti. This was the worst match of the night by far, and I think every single person in this match deserves way better than what they got. This felt sports entertainment type garbage all over the place. This was WWE-esque. This had just random bullshit happening throughout the entirety of it. Paige Van Zant, listen, this was her first match. I'm not going to totally rat her out. She did some things right, and she definitely did some things wrong. But at the end of the day, this match was not good. She needs work.
Yeah, she needs work, definitely.
Everybody needs. Hopefully, this is all over, and we can just get that shit done with, because everybody here deserves better. Everybody there deserves better.
I just kind of upset because what is like. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like Scorpio Sky as champion and everything.
Yes,
but I have a real bad bias for Sammy Guevara. I don't care if y'all hate him or not.
I love Sammy. I think Sammy's great. I think Sammy's great. I think Ty's great.
The fact that he can't challenge for the TNT title anymore is kind of sad. I don't know what he's going to do at this point.
Here's the thing. From what I heard, it was only for as long as Scorpio is champion. I don't think it's forever.
Oh, for real?
I don't think it's forever. I think it's only for when Scorpio is champion. So I think when Scorpio loses the title again, I think he'll be able to challenge for it again. And so can Frankie, because Frankie's also in that category. Oh. But I believe that's the case. I wouldn't think. It would be kind of stupid if it was like for the entirety of AEW. Because wasn't that the whole thing with Cody? Didn't Cody have like some kind of clause or whatever that he couldn't fight for the world title?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
And was that was for the entirety.
Lee? Was that with Brody Lee? Or was that with Kenny? Oh no! That was with Jericho. I'm tripping.
Yeah, that was with Jericho. Yeah. and that was for the entirety. So and then obviously things kind of snowballed into what they are today.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's only for when Scorpio is champion, and then once he's not the champion anymore, both of them can challenge for it again. But at the end of the day, this match was bad, and there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Everybody deserves better, and hopefully Paige Van Zandt can continue building on her career. Go ahead.
but I'm
Go
sorry.
ahead. Go ahead.
You said no and ifs or buts about it, and I'll just joke and saying but.
Oh, Jesus Christ, dude. Okay. But yeah, I Ethan Page deserves better. Scorpio Sky in his second run as TNT champion, which is ridiculous. He should have never lost the title in the first place. And then Paige Van Zandt, she just needs to get better in the ring. Oh, that's right. That's right, CR. Thank you so much, man. He said that yes, MJF turned on Cody when he fought Chris Jericho and he couldn't challenge for the title ever again. That's right. I remember that now. But yeah, at the end of the day, they deserve better, and we'll see where things go from there. Conti argues with Kazarian. Guevara hit a super kick he tried to hit a super kick on Kazarian, but he ducks, and Guevara hit a super kick on Conti. Page then hits a roundhouse kick to Kazarian, and then Sky hits a TKO for the 1-2-3. And Page, Scorpio Sky, and Paige Van Zandt pick up the win. Dan Lambert then gets all the championship belts that Frankie, Ty, and Sammy stole from the American Top Team gym, and they just celebrate with all the titles.
Yep.
Let's hope this feud is over. That's all I'm saying, because this was bad.
Like, when I first saw the new TNT title design, I didn't like it at first until I realized, like, damn, that shit is actually nice as fuck.
It is beautiful, bro.
Especially, like, I believe from what I hear, it's like a Kobe design, like a tribute to Kobe.
Yes, so, it is a tribute to Kobe and a whole Los Angeles Laker. Yeah, because he's from LA.
Scorpio's from LA?
I believe so, because I believe that's what I've been hearing. So.
Oh, okay, that's all right.
So I mean, it's definitely for Kobe.
Because I don't care what y'all say. The worst design was Miro's championship. I don't care what nobody says.
But Miro was a great TNT champion.
True.
I think Miro was a great TNT champion. I just didn't like the white strap.
Still ass. That title was
I didn't like the white strap.
Hell no. I mean, the red one took some time to get used to, but I like it.
Yeah.
I still think the red one's the best one, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah.
That was the one with the silver plating, though, right?
Yes.
I didn't like the silver plating, to be honest with you.
I mean, I do like the diamond shine and everything, but like, I don't know, just probably because I miss Brody Lee so much, I just have to.
Yeah. it sucks. Shit. And the thing is, too, every single time I look back at the AEW roster at times just to like get some pictures from like the website or whatever, and I scroll through the roster at times and I still see Brody's like picture on there with his render and his record and all that shit, and they still have it up. It sucks, bro. It really does. But yeah, we had. It sucks. It really does. Seriously, may he rest in peace, because that shit was so freaking. It was so bad, man. Damn. All right, let's get out of this here. All
right.
Darby Allin then took on Kyle O'Reilly. For absolutely what reason, I could not tell you. This match did not need to be on the card. This match did not need to be on the card, dude. I'm sorry.
I'm happy that Kyle won, but this match, like you said, did not need to be on the card at all. It did not.
There's no
to.
story. Apparently, the story was, oh yeah, Kyle O'Reilly was the one to hurt Sting, so I'm challenging you to a match at Double or Nothing. The fuck? No,
Bro,
like.
First of all, I'm pretty sure the Young Bucks hurt Sting, but okay.
Yes, yes. Well, here's the thing. The Young Bucks did a double super kick. They put a steel chair on his leg, and then Kyle O'Reilly jumped from the top rope onto the steel chair. That's how he hurt Sting. But, I think like we're both continuing to say the match did not need to be on the card. I did not even expect Kyle O'Reilly to pick up the win here. I thought it was going to be Darby all the way. I thought it was Darby all the way.
I'm kind of happy that Kyle won, but I'm kind of surprised he did.
Darby is. I feel like, you know how you keep saying with MJF, he keeps losing and losing and losing in the big spot opportunities? That's Darby to me. That's Darby to me every single time. Darby continues to lose and lose and lose. Why? I don't know.
I'm sorry. I just really hate Darby Allin.
Put this shit aside that he's done in the past. Put that shit aside. I'm tired of people carrying that shit around with him. Put that shit aside and legitimately tell me he continues to lose and lose and lose, and it does not even matter what the fuck he's in. It's ridiculous. I know you're not going to put it aside because of everybody's hatred towards him, and I understand your reasonings behind it, but it's legitimately pathetic how he continues to lose. And that's just how I feel. But
I mean, I guess you're right. Yeah.
I understand why everybody hates his ass. I do. Whether he was a great person inside or outside the ring or not, and he definitely wasn't. You shouldn't carry that with him for the entirety of his career.
He doesn't have to lose.
You cut in and out, bro. I'm sorry.
I know, it's just my Wi-Fi tripping for some reason. Okay.
So what were you saying before?
Can you hear me now, right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Okay. I can admit he doesn't have to lose every single match all the time. But just the matches they put him up against, what's really the point of him winning? Like, I just feel like him and Sting, you know, I feel like he should just stay in the tag division, in my opinion.
Well, now Sting is hurt, so what do you expect him to do? Well, Sting is hurt. It's quote hurt, but I mean, Darby, in my opinion, and listen, I don't take any credit away from Kyle O'Reilly, whether he's great as a single superstar or not. That's up for anybody else to debate on that. I think he's honestly really good solo, but Darby should have won this thing to avenge Sting, and then when Sting is able to come back, he can join back up with Darby again. That's it. There's no reason why Darby should have lost here. And I understand why people hate him, but I'm done telling people that you should not be just carrying around what shit he has done in the past throughout his entirety of his career. The kid is, I don't even know how old this kid is. This kid is very young. The kids do stupid fucking shit. And yes, he's done some stupid shit, but it does not need to carry him throughout the entirety of his career. And I feel like people are just going to continue doing that until people are going to petition him to get fired from the company.
Okay. I ain't gonna go that far.
People want him fired. People want him fired.
What he did was wrong. I'm not even gonna lie. What he did hella wrong. But
he's 29 years
as far
old.
as getting fired,
I just looked it up.
I can't do it. I don't get him fired. I ain't doing all that.
You know there are people that are like that though, right? People have made petitions to get this man fired.
Bro, I'm Gen Z. Of course I know.
No, I'm just saying, like, people are legitimately petitioning for this man to get fired over what he did. And yes, what he did was wrong, and I'm not going to condone any of that shit. I'm not condoning that. But I'm going to use Enzo Amore as an example. Enzo, I don't know if it was convicted of the exact same shit, but Enzo was convicted of terrible ass things. He didn't even fucking do it.
Exactly.
He didn't do it. And now he's never going to be able to work in a company ever again. And the man is going to be working on the indies for the rest of his career.
Okay. Okay, true. Yeah.
Is there a line? Yes, there is a line when it comes down, and there's a very fine line. But
okay, here's what I'm gonna say.
I don't know. We'll get through this point and then we'll move on because this gets me heated.
And so it took me a while to like believe it because I had to find evidence to say he was not guilty of it. I don't have that for Darby.
I don't think anybody really looks it up for Darby though. Everybody was looking up for Enzo in order to get him clean. Nobody's doing that with Darby.
True.
That's why we're getting all these petitions to get him fired. Because nobody's looking it up. Should it really be our business though? No.
Hell no. I'm not getting that shit.
No. Like, I'm not gonna dig through personal shit in order to get through that.
I'm too lazy for that shit. So I'm tired as fuck right now.
If you wanna leave, bro, it's okay. I think we only got like 4 matches to go.
I'll stay a little longer.
I think we got the women's title match, the Anarchy in the Arena, which was phenomenal. The tag title, and then the world title match. Yeah, so
yeah, I could stay for a few minutes.
Okay. Yeah, so we'll talk about this women's championship match next. Thunder Rosa versus Serena Deeb. I love both these women. I think these women are great at what they do. I've loved Thunder Rosa for the duration of her career here in AEW. And I think she's going to be a great women's champion. And I think Serena Deeb is severely underrated.
Yeah, definitely. I actually thought Serena was going to win at some point in this match.
Yeah. She really had me going. And honestly, this match, I've been talking to a lot of people within the community, not TikTok community, but just everybody that's around my social circle when it comes to just wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Some people call this match the match of the night. And I can see why, because these two killed it.
Did that match even last that long, though? How long was that match exactly?
This match lasted a long time, bro. Let me get back to the timestamps. This match lasted.
I mean, I guess the match doesn't have to last that long to be.
This match was pretty much 17 minutes, 16 minutes and 55 seconds.
Okay. I mean, I think it was a good match. Good match, back and forth action. There was a time where I thought we were gonna have a new women's champion. So, yeah, I think it was top 3.
It was definitely a match of the night candidate. I wouldn't call it match of the night, but it was definitely up there.
Yeah.
They definitely did a lot better than what the storyline was going for. I mean, the storyline didn't really have much heading into Double or Nothing.
Yeah.
And that's mainly the booking because, I mean, they had Thunder Rosa pretty much cut 2-minute promos the entire time.
Yeah, like I was expecting to see like a brawl or something, but you know.
And then that final one where it was Serena and Thunder with Dustin in there, and we all know the association with Dustin and Thunder. So there was that. The story heading into this, I believe, well, they were doing something with like the ribs and everything like that. But at the end of the day, Thunder Rosa did pick up the win. We were back in the ring, and Deeb hit a dragon screw on the ropes. Deeb then hit a detox DDT cover for a 2 count as Rosa gets to the ropes. Deeb then gets a Serenity locked in, a power bomb, then locks in a cloverleaf. Then Rosa gets to the ropes. Rosa then hits a roundhouse kick, but misses a running knee in the corner. Rosa then, with headbutts from the top rope, end the top rope actually, and then hits a superplex. Rosa then floats over into a Fire Thunder driver for the win, and that was it. Thunder Rosa is still your women's champion. Now, can we please get something more for her?
Thunder Rosa transitioning into a finisher was clean as hell.
Yes. She's great, dude. I've loved Thunder Rosa for the entirety that she's been here. I just think that her first 2 feuds for the Women's Championship have been left to be desired. The match with Nyla Rose was not good. And then there was really nothing to build upon in this match with Serena.
Yeah.
They tried to tell the story about mentor and student really, with Serena and Thunder, but giving them 2-minute promos each time, not really getting the opportunity to shine. And then I believe on one of Thunder's final promos before the pay-per-view, she got cut off by her music.
Yeah.
When she got cut off by her music on that Dynamite episode, I was pissed. And then I was glad that she tried to talk over the music to get the rest of her point across.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do, you know?
No, I was very happy that she did that, because there's no reason why the people in the truck or the people in the back, whatever they do to do the music in AEW, I know people in the truck for WWE, but whatever they do in AEW, they should have never queued for the music at that time. I was glad that she talked over it.
I think she had to, pretty much.
Yeah, because she wasn't done with her promo. She was just simply not done with her promo, so she wanted to finish it out.
Hey, she should have pulled Steve Austin and go to the truck and just be mad at everybody.
Listen. There's something going on with people backstage and not liking Thunder Rosa as champion. There has to be, because nobody else has gotten this type of treatment.
Yeah.
Nobody else has gotten 2-minute promos.
I believe that too.
Nobody else has gotten 2-minute promos. Nobody else has gotten their music interrupted during promos.
Yeah.
Before her, I believe, second or third promo as AEW Women's World Champion, she was only on TV as champion for 25 minutes. How is that fucking ridiculous?
Is that like a legit thing? Is that in total?
Okay, so she won the match. So she won the steel cage match, right?
Yeah.
Not her first week as champion, because her first week as champion, she had a promo backstage that lasted 2 minutes, and then somebody showed up. Her second promo was in front of a live crowd, in front of the crowd on the stage, and then Nyla Rose attacked her to set up the match for Battle of the Belts.
Oh, yeah.
The Battle of the Belts happened. That match didn't last more than 7 minutes. And then the next Wednesday, she comes out in a promo, lasted 2 minutes because Serena Deeb then showed up.
Yeah.
and attacked her. So at that point in time, she was really only on TV for approximately 25 minutes. At that point in time. And then the rest of the time, obviously, there's something going on. Because there's no way that there is no way that any other person that has been AEW Women's World Champion was treated this way. Britt Baker wasn't treated this way, and Nyla Rose, when she was champion, was not treated this way. I'm blanking on whoever else has been the champion, but you get what I mean.
So you said Nyla, you said Sheeta, you said Britt Baker.
Yeah, Britt Baker was definitely not treated that way.
Oh, and Riho.
Oh, Riho wasn't treated that way, but she wasn't. She was the first champion, I believe, too. But
yeah, she was treated like I don't think they give.
She wasn't treated the best, but she wasn't treated as bad as Thunder.
Yeah.
But yeah, at the end of the day, it was a great match for what it was, but there was just no story, and hopefully Thunder Rosa can get more shit going on with her because she deserves a lot better as champion.
Thanks.
Up next, dude. Anarchy in the Arena. We had no idea what the fuck this was going to entail, and this match was great.
I feel like I witnessed a murder.
Seriously, bro. Everybody in this match besides Chris Jericho was bleeding within like the first 2 minutes of this match. It was insane.
Bro, as soon as I saw that, you know what? I will never forget Eddie Kingston's face, just seeing him walk down the ramp.
That seriously, bro. That was phenomenal. But Justin Roberts was introducing this match next. And he's like, ladies and gentlemen, shit's about to go down.
Is that what he said, bro?
He said shit's about to go down. Or he said shit's about to hit the fan. I think he said that. Yeah, he said shit's about to hit the fan.
Nice.
This is Anarchy in the Arena. And then the Jericho Appreciation Society made their entrance. So he says shit's about to hit the fan. He introduced Anarchy in the Arena. And the entrances go down. Moxley's music hits. That brings out Moxley, Danielson, Kingston, Santana, and Ortiz, but they were all within the crowd. They were all in the concourse area within the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
This is great. And we had this match. This match lasted about 23 minutes. And this was just a great, great match. At one point during this, and I had to just bring this up, and then I'll go through the ending portion of the match. Because if I say the entirety of the match, it's not going to do it justice. It's not. One thing that I loved about this match was that it was going through Moxie's music, Wild Thing, was playing throughout most of the match.
I love that so much.
It was so good. It fitted so well. I watched the media scrum afterwards, right? The Double or Nothing media scrum with Tony Khan and some of the participants within the pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm.
Jericho said it greatly, and he gave a reason as to why Wild Thing was playing throughout the arena. And he was saying, and this might be before our time, but I definitely kind of see what he was doing with it. Apparently, New Jack had that done with some of his matches.
Bro, literally, New Jack always played his theme music whenever he wrestled, bro.
Yeah. So he had that in mind, and he was saying, why don't we just do that? And I can be the absolute prick that I usually am as a heel and break the break the soundboard.
That shit pissed me off.
And he did. It was so good, mainly because that's exactly what a heel should do. And he's like, at the end of the day, he's like, I can be that type of absolute dick and just ruin everybody's time.
Yeah, fuck you,
It,
Jericho.
it was a great moment. I think this match is definitely going to be a staple for AEW over the next few years. Only use it when it's absolutely necessary to, but it, this is a great match for years to come.
Yeah. All right. But bro, I have an exam tomorrow, so I think I gotta get going because I'm hella tired.
Okay, yeah. No problem, man. I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Thanks for letting me join you, bro. And hope you have a good night. Everybody in the chat have a good night. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
All right, man. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, bro.
All right, so we're gonna be going over this real quick, and then we'll be getting out of here. There's only two more matches to go, and I'm gonna be going over this very quickly. So, because I didn't expect this to be 2 hours. 13 matches on the card, of course. So we had Danielson fighting off Jericho and Hager. Yes, kicks in the corner. Oh shit! What's up, bro?
Hey.
Hey. You joined as MJ left.
I know. I saw he went to bed, so I was like, yeah, let me come in here.
Cool. So yeah, I mean, we pretty much went over almost everything. It's just now we're doing the whole Anarchy in the Arena, the tag title, and then you did not miss the main event talk yet, so you're good there. But first off, that Anarchy in the Arena match. Jesus Christ, bro.
I ain't gonna cap. During this, I was probably watching Game 7 during this match. I turned it back on during the Punk and Omega.
It was still on
Hangman match
during this match?
Yeah. I had the game on my TV and I had the match on my laptop. It was like the fourth quarter, so I was not looking at my laptop.
Because Game 7 was on in the other room and where I was at with my friend's house. So we were pretty much watching the two TVs at once. I didn't think it was still on at the time, but regardless.
Yeah.
So Danielson fought. Huh?
I saw a few pictures from this though, and it looked like they were trying to kill each other. I don't know what.
Oh, bro. Like I said earlier on, if I tried to read out through this entire match, it would not do it justice. It wouldn't. Like, I mean, Eddie Kingston looked like a freaking zombie coming out of a goddamn grave covered in blood with a gasoline tank and everything. This shit was insane. So Danielson fights off Jericho and Hager. Gets kicks from the corner to Hager. A Busaiku knee to Hager, and then a knee to Jericho while he was holding a steel chair. Cover for a 2 count. Danielson then kicks Jericho, and then he screams, "I'm gonna fucking kick his head in." And he screamed that.
Great.
Hager then takes out Danielson with Floyd the Bat. You know Floyd. I believe he even named it Floyd back in WWE, so he carried that name over. Right. And then Jericho locks in the walls of Jericho while Hager strangles Danielson with the top rope because the ring was absolutely destroyed at this point. There was no top rope. Like, they took off the top rope and everything. So he was strangling him with the top rope like Daniel did to Justin Roberts back in WWE when the Nexus showed up. If you remember that.
That was a great moment.
Yeah, so they pretty much did the exact same thing. I believe Danielson did it with Justin Roberts' own tie, though. I believe that was the spot. And that's what he got. That's how he got fired the first time from WWE.
That was crazy.
And then he returned to SummerSlam. Man, that was such a crazy moment. That was crazy back then, bro.
It seemed small, but it was much bigger than I remember.
So there was all that, and Jericho Appreciation Society did pick up the win as Danielson passed out with all of that. I did not expect Jericho and his boys to win this, though. I didn't. But at the end of the day, I think this just sets up Blood and Guts.
That sucks. I don't like that freaking stable at all.
I like the sports entertainment and wizard shit, but that's it. Like, at the end of the day, I thought this was just Moxley. I thought this was Blackpool Combat Club's thing to win.
Yeah.
But I think we're setting up Blood and Guts, and that's when they're going to get their win back.
When is that?
Well, it hasn't been announced yet, so whenever that takes place, it'll probably happen on just some random episode of Dynamite, like it usually did before.
Okay.
Blood and Guts isn't really a pay-per-view. It just happened on the Dynamite.
Okay.
But yes, Ben, shout out to Justin Roberts, because as I was saying earlier when MJ was here, Justin Roberts said, "Ladies and gentlemen, shit's about to hit the fan." And then that's when he said, "This is anarchy in the arena." I was like, you fucking bastard. I love it. I love it. He legitimately says shit's about to hit the fan.
He's good.
Justin Roberts is so good, bro. He knows exactly what to do when it comes to ring announcing. And since knowing that I could not be like a professional wrestler within my own right because of my personal body issues and everything like that, I wanted to be a ring announcer, and I was modeling my shit after Justin Roberts because that's really the main person that I saw as a ring announcer while becoming a professional wrestling fan. So yeah. I modeled my shit after him, and he's just great. He knows what the fuck he's doing for sure.
Yeah.
So I loved every single second of this match. This match lasted over 22 minutes. And it didn't even really seem that long, but it was definitely a great matchup. And at the end of the day, we'll see what happens with Blood and Guts. We then had the World Tag Team title triple threat tag team match. Jurassic Express defending against Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland, also defending against Powerhouse Hobbs and Ricky Starks. This is a great trio, triple threat tag match, excuse me. And yeah, I mean, I didn't expect them to retain.
I was so disappointed. I want to Swerve and Lee to win so freaking bad.
I had them winning. I had them winning too.
Damn, man. I don't know. I mean,
I thought we were going to get a Christian heel turn.
Yeah,
I thought we were getting Christian.
Sooner rather than later, I feel like that's about to happen.
That's going to happen. That has to at some point, right?
I assume so. I haven't been really on board with what Christian was there for. So, I mean, I assume he'll reveal his true intentions eventually.
Yeah.
And go from there.
So, Luchasaurus accidentally hit a big boot on Jungle Boy. That's where I thought things were about to go down, and that's when I thought somebody was going to be a new champion. At that point, I knew the match was pretty much coming to an end. I just didn't think they were still going to retain. So Lee and Swerve hit a powerbomb stomp. They call it Swerve in Our Glory for a 2 count. Hobbs then breaks up the pinfall, and Hobbs then and Lee trade blows back and forth. Starks hits Lee with the FTW Championship. Hobbs then crashes to the outside as Swerve moves out of the way of a spear. Cage then blocks Starks, cheating again because his foot was on the ropes for a cover, but Christian takes his foot off the ropes. Swerve then rolls up Jungle Boy for a 2 count. Swerve then misses a stomp. Swerve then blocks a Poison Rana from Jungle Boy, and Luchasaurus, and both of them actually, they hit a Thoracic Express, the back suplex into a powerbomb for the 1, 2, 3, and they retained the tag team titles. Christian lifts Jungle Boy on his shoulders in celebration. And bro, when I saw him lifting up Jungle Boy on his shoulders, I thought we were going to see an electric chair drop. I did.
I wish.
I thought he was just going to take the back bump.
Really wish.
I thought he was going to do it.
Shit. They should have went through with that.
And that would have been a perfect opportunity. But Luchasaurus was standing right there too. He could have looked shocked. It could have been a thing.
Yeah.
But they didn't do it. We'll see what happens. I fully believe that the heel turn is coming. It's just going to have to. Tony Khan, long-term booking.
See how that goes. Words.
You know, I love long-term booking, but it doesn't need to happen with every story.
Yeah, I feel you.
I don't really think this needs a long-term booking. I think if you do it now, people are still going to have the same sympathy for Jungle Boy now than they're going to months down the line.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but at the end of the day, it's going to happen. So we'll be excited when it does.
Yeah.
You then had the world title match, the main event. Hangman Adam Page defending against CM Punk, his first world championship match in 7.5 years. CM Punk at this point in his AEW career has been here for approximately 9 months and 9 days. And he is in a world championship match. Hangman Adam Page, to many people, have not had the best championship reign that he possibly could have had. I think he had a great championship run. It's just, I think he had weird opponents for him. But the match quality with him as champion, I loved it.
Well, yeah, the quality was there. It was just
the quality of matches were fine.
Yeah,
I just didn't.
Something about it was off to me. I still don't know what exactly. It just seemed weird.
Like the quality of matches that he had was absolutely phenomenal. He's had great matches with Bryan. The match with Lance Archer was a little bit out there, a little random, but it was a great match for what it was, especially with it being a Texas Death Match. The matches with Adam Cole were great as well. It was just, people just thought it was a meh type of run. And it wasn't a short run by any means. It was shorter than most of the runs when it comes to AEW World Championships, but it wasn't that short of a reign.
No.
Approximately how long do you think his reign was? Approximately. You can say within our range.
6 months.
I'm talking in days. What do you think days?
Oh, I don't know. Days. I'm terrible at counting days like that. I have no idea.
I'll
say like
actually
240.
He is the third longest reign in the belt's history. So he did pass out somebody. And that somebody was actually Chris Jericho.
Oh, I wasn't even watching when Jericho was champion. So damn.
He passed up Chris Jericho as now the third longest reign in the belt's history. Chris Jericho's reign was 182 days, from August 31st, 2019 to February 29th, 2020.
Damn.
The second longest reign the longest reign in its history is obviously Kenny Omega. We know Kenny Omega held that thing for a very long time, 346 days.
Yeah.
John Moxley held it for 277. And Adam Page, he held it for 197 days. From November 13th, 2021, he captured it at Full Gear. We all know that Full Gear pay-per-view where he beat Kenny Omega.
Yeah.
to May 29th, 2022. So November, December, January, February, March, April, May. So he did have it for about 6 months.
Damn.
It didn't seem like 6 months at all.
Yeah, no.
But he did hold it for 197 days, and the quality of matches that he's had were pretty damn good. It wasn't a bad reign, but it could have been a lot more.
Yeah,
and now we have CM Punk.
That's it. Oh, God.
And now we have CM Punk. So we're going to go over everything that happened throughout this entire thing. We all know the story heading into this. MJF was pretty much being MJF. I'm thinking long term ahead again. Hangman Adam Page was pretty much being a tweener in this story. At some points he was being cheered, at some points he was being booed. There was definitely mixed reactions throughout the entirety of this storyline. The final thing, in their face-to-face saying, I'm not just defending this AEW championship, I'm defending AEW from you. Punk was like, I don't understand why you're so mad. I don't understand why you're taking this so personally. This is just business at the end of the day. I got this title shot because I earned it. That's it. And then we got to this match. This match was great.
Yeah, this is very good.
I love the storytelling that both of these two had. It was a very mixed reaction for both men throughout the entire match. I've never seen a crowd like this. Now, keep in mind, this is Las Vegas time zone. So this was 3 hours. This was 3 hours behind us. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So while this was like going on in our time zone, especially our time zone, because we're in the same kind of shit, Eastern Standard Time. This is like heading into midnight, heading into like, and the pay-per-view didn't end until like 12:30 in the morning. Which again, I told everybody in the beginning of the show, this shit was way too long. 5 hours was ridiculous. I didn't get home until 1 o'clock in the morning that night.
Sheesh.
Yeah, so I've never seen a crowd like this, okay? So they were going back and forth between everything in the match. Sometimes CM Punk was being cheered, sometimes CM Punk was being booed. And other times it was the exact same thing, but vice versa. Hangman being cheered, Hangman being booed. I've never seen a crowd like that before. And it's crazy knowing that with CM Punk being here in AEW, he's been cheered for the majority of his time here.
Yeah.
And Hangman, everybody loved Hangman. But then he started being in this tweener role. And then the final parts of this match started to take place, and I thought Hangman was about to turn heel. Full-fledged heel because of what was taking place. Do you remember the spots that I'm going to that I'm pretty much about to be going over here? Because the title was in their possession. The referee was down at the time, and I thought Hangman was about to do it.
I wanted, part of me wanted him to. Part of me wanted him to just clock him, but I figured that he wasn't going to. It just,
yeah.
Part of me wanted him to really bad.
So both men trade blows back and forth after Page kick out of a GTS. Punk with a kick to the injured knee of Hangman Page. Punk then hits an upper hand palm strike on Page. Punk got an upper hand on Page with a big boot. Punk then with another boot, and Page clothesline Punk out of the ring. Then throws Punk over the timekeeper's table. Page then gets his championship and shouts that this is mine. You're never going to get this. This is my championship, and this is my AEW. Back in the ring we go. Punk then counters a buckshot into a GTS, but the referee gets knocked out. The belt was actually placed on the ring apron at this time by the referee because he's like, I'm just taking this championship away. He put it on the ring apron. So when I saw him put it on the ring apron, I knew something was going to go down with the title. Because you don't put it on the ring apron.
Yeah.
So something was going to go down. So we're back inside the ring. Punk counters a buckshot into a GTS, but the referee gets knocked out, and Page escapes and hits a lariat on both, and both men are down. Page then eyes the AEW Championship while the referee is down. Page looks conflicted, but he grabs the belt anyway. He's thinking that he's going to hit Punk, but Punk is in a vulnerable state. He's pretty much holding his hands above his head, saying, "Don't hit me, don't hit me." He's conflicted, and he throws the belt away. He wants to win this the right way, so he runs to the ring apron. He gets onto the ring apron, and he's about to hit the buckshot lariat. He does the flipping motion. He gets right into it, but he gets right into a GTS position. He hits a GTS, does Punk. The referee wakes up. 1, 2, 3. CM Punk is the new AEW World Champion. Punk did not beat Hangman. Hangman beat Hangman.
That shit is crazy. I still don't know how I feel about that. I don't know.
He wanted to win it the right way, but Hangman got into his own head, and he just could not do it.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. I don't know, man.
I love the progression, though, of Hangman's character. I do.
Yeah.
The confliction and everything with him and just trying to do things the right way, but at the end of the day, he's going to have to figure out that doing things the right way isn't always
the right way.
Yeah, I seriously, it's like I don't know if it's gonna be CM Punk or Hangman, but if it's gonna be Hangman, you pull the trigger now because people are very interested in all of this.
Yeah.
I'm very interested in this whole scene, this whole character for Hangman. I think you have to continue this tweener like role for Hangman. You can't just turn him back into babyface.
Not immediately.
No, like this is not like that's not how things are gonna work now. And a lot of people are saying that CM Punk is gonna turn heel on Wednesday. I would not want that.
I don't know, but I don't think you should do that.
I wouldn't want that at all.
That would be stupid.
Because I think what people are saying is at the end of the day, with him only being in this company for 9 months and him being a champion now, people are saying that like this is all I ever wanted. Screw you guys. I came back for one reason and one reason only after 7 years of being away, and this is that, and this is the only reason why. Screw all you guys. I would not want that though. And I think CM Punk, he deserves a great world championship run with this 7-year hiatus. And you can put him against great people.
Yeah.
Like Punk has been a tweener before in roles. I mean, look at what he was doing with I guess you can kind of call what he was doing with Kingston some type of a tweener role, but you know what I mean. He's done like the tweener role before. There's definitely some type of stuff that you can do with it.
Of course.
And if MJF stays within the company, which that's still high waters, that's still hot water over there. he got buried on Sunday.
He got destroyed. That was hilarious.
Yeah. But I mean, if he's still there and he continues the projection, which I hope he does, there's only two people that I would rather have beat CM Punk for the championship when it's time, because obviously he just won the title. Either MJF or Eddie Kingston. Those are the first two people that came to mind. And yeah, sure, they're rehashes of old rivalries, but MJF has been ready, and Eddie Kingston, he's at that point now where you can see it. Those are my first two choices, but at the end of the day, he's been world champion for 2 days now, so we gotta we gotta pump the brakes on figuring out who's gonna beat him.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I think this was a great pay-per-view. I think it definitely had its ups and downs for sure. But AEW has always put on great pay-per-views, and we're going to see where things go from here with CM Punk as its new champion. It's just crazy to even think that CM Punk is a world champion in 2022. If you would have told me that CM Punk would be a world champion in a company called AEW, like, let's say we knew each other in 2018, and you told me, oh yeah, CM Punk's going to be a world champion in 2022, mark my words, I would have slapped you across the face. There's no way that was going to be the case, and now it is. How?
It doesn't even sound right.
It doesn't sound right at all, but he is here, and he's a champion. And yes, CR Media, I see you in there. Vince didn't screw Brett. Brett screwed Brett. But the thing is, CM Punk didn't beat Hangman. Hangman beat Hangman in that time. Like, I can't wait to see where things go. Seriously. And the next pay-per-view is Forbidden Door. Forbidden Door is on June 26th. We are officially 25 days away. Because now it's June 1st.
That should be good.
We are pretty much, well, we got 1, 2, 3, we got 4 weeks of 4 weeks of TV before we get to Forbidden Door. And CR, I totally see where you're going with that. Punk versus Kenta. GTS versus GTS. Can't wait. I can't wait. And then the next one, the next match, next pay-per-view. Oh wait, I don't know what the next pay-per-view would be after Forbidden Door. But if we go by past, if you go by last year's calendar, what happened after Double or Nothing 2021 was All Out. And now it's in September. So, oh yeah, so that would definitely be the case. It's going to be All Out next, which is usually in Chicago. So get ready. CM Punk walking into Chicago not once but twice as the champion, because Forbidden Door is also in Chicago.
That's insane. Absolutely insane.
Why does Chicago get all the good shit?
I know. They get everything, man. Everything.
They're getting Forbidden Door. They're getting All Out. I mean, crazy. I got Buddy Matthews' debut, but Jesus.
Shit's crazy.
When can I get a pay-per-view?
That's what I'm saying, yeah. Shit crazy.
But yeah, that's it. I did not expect this show to be 2 hours. But with 13 matches on the card, this is going to be a long show. And And remember when I said, oh yeah, we were going to do a little bit of a Raw recap on this show? Sorry, guys, you didn't do that.
Yeah, I don't give a damn about Raw.
Raw was terrible last night anyway. You don't need to hear any of it. Becky Lynch is nauseating to look at. The only good thing about that was Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes. That's it.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, Hell in a Cell, Raw exclusive pay-per-view. Let's go.
Wait until Friday, man. I'm trying to tell you.
It's a Raw exclusive pay-per-view.
I would be floored if they just didn't add any matches. I wait until Friday. Right?
It's a Raw exclusive pay-per-view.
Friday they're gonna add like 4 matches that no one cares about, but that's laughable if they do that. I don't think so.
It's crazy. It's seriously crazy. All right, guys. That's it. Tomorrow we do this again. AEW Dynamite in Los Angeles. We are in Los Angeles tomorrow. We are in California. Okay? And we already have some matches announced for the show when it comes to AEW. It's going to be a great time, man. It's going to be a great time. We got, I'm just going to run down some of the stuff right now. We got, all right, so a 5-on-5. Okay? So we have Darby Allin, Matt Hardy, Jurassic Express with Christian. Okay, that's one team.
Okay.
Versus Red Dragon, so Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish. We got the Young Bucks, so you're going to be seeing your boys.
Boo. I hate those guys.
And Hikuleo. From, I believe he's like he's a New Japan guy, so we're getting into this, man. We're heading into Forbidden Doors. So Hikuleo is on Dynamite this Wednesday. We also, okay, I'm trying to figure out, there was another match that was announced for the show. Just gonna search up AEW Dynamite on Twitter, see what pops up. Because I know there was probably one more match that was announced for the show.
I saw Jeff and Adam Cole hurt.
Daniel Garcia versus John Moxley. That could be pretty decent. Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter versus Tony Storm and Ruby Soho. Okay. That should be pretty good. Obviously, we're going to hear from CM Punk. That's going to be a thing. And, so those are the only 3 matches that I see so far. And we'll see where things go. By the way, that whole thing with Jurassic Express, Matt Hardy, and Darby Allin, that was supposed to be a 6th person. Jeff Hardy was supposed to be involved in that, along with Adam Cole. Adam Cole was going to join them on the other side with the Young Bucks and Red Dragon and all that. But Adam Cole and Jeff Hardy were taken out of the match. Don't know why Adam Cole.
He's hurt.
But Adam Cole's hurt.
Yeah,
Jeff Hardy's hurt. I heard.
I only heard
Jeff. I only heard Jeff. So I didn't hear Adam Cole being hurt, but I only heard Jeff.
That's what I saw this morning.
I only heard Jeff, but if Adam Cole's hurt, I hope he gets better too. But yeah, it was going to be a 12-man tag. Now it's a 10. And guys, don't worry. This match right here is not. This one is not legitimate. I saw this going around. This is not true. Okay. People are saying that it's going to be CM Punk versus John Moxley for the AEW World Title. There is a graphic going around and everything. That's not happening. That's not happening. I want to show this picture because it looks legit, but it's not. It's not a thing. Where is it? I want to show it because it looks so legit too. Dang, where'd it go?
Hmm.
Huh. Damn. Wait.
I didn't even know about that.
Yeah, no, there is a picture going around. This right here. Right here.
Oh, damn, that does look real.
It looks legit, right? Yeah. So,
Yeah.
so I was like, and it says live Wednesday at 8 p.m. on TBS, and I saw that going around. I was like, guys, don't worry, this is not real. An account called Wrestling Banana said this Wednesday, June 1st, the Forum in Inglewood, California, hashtag AEW Dynamite on TBS, AEW World Championship match, CM Punk versus Jon Moxley. And then he tweeted right after that saying, when I purposely spread false information on the internet with Squidward. With that face.
Why? Why?
And then, of course, JD, our Lord and Savior, JD, says, man, fuck you, bro. Just kidding. I was about to mark out over here.
That's nuts.
JD's the greatest. Imagine though, it's just going to be CM Punk versus Jon Moxley, just randomly on Dynamite title on the line.
That would have been great. Shit.
That would have been crazy.
Wish it was real.
He worked with Dean Ambrose before, not Jon Moxley.
Hmm.
All right, guys, we're gonna get out of here. Tune in for tomorrow. AEW Dynamite post-show review right here on Outside the Brand. That will be episode 290. Not 290, 190. We're not 290 yet. We're not in episode 300. We'll get to 200, and then we'll have 290 at some point down the line. This is going to be episode 200 down the line, man. This is going to be fun. Episode 200. Remember what 100 was like?
Yeah, that was nuts.
I can only imagine what 200 is going to be. But yeah, 190 AEW Dynamite. The fallout from AEW Double or Nothing. It's going to be great. So we'll see where things go from there.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We'll talk to you soon. Have a good rest of the night. Stay safe. And we'll talk to you tomorrow. Peace. We the ones.